Good morning, citizens of the earth. Welcome back to the macro. I hope everyone that celebrates Christmas got to enjoy their Christmas yesterday with family and friends. And I'm sure for many of us, it's back to business as usual today. And this video, I want to talk about hope and why I personally believe that hope is not a strategy, and just my opinion on it and what I've seen just in my life. But one of the first things that I want to address is, after everything that we've seen over the last couple of years, everything that we've all been through, what's your hope in today? Has something changed so that your hope is in something else? I think it's good to ask yourself that, and this is just kind of a side note to the video, but I think it's important before I get into some of the other details. Is your hope in solely yourself? That could be dangerous, right? A lot of the times we're misled. A lot of the times we doubt ourselves, so we constantly just, we're unsure of the decisions that we ought to make. We get confused. We get deceived. We think we know what we're doing, but we end up making massive mistakes and having to pay the consequences for it. Is your hope just simply in your own education, your own knowledge, your own ability? You're probably going to be disappointed if that's the case. Is your family and is your hope in your family and your friends? Because guess what? Your family and your friends are going to disappoint you. And you're going to disappoint them, because there's certain things that you're going to expect of them that they won't do, and vice versa. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. When I was at the store just a little while ago, and I'm there at the checkout line and just talking with two nice employees, and everything's all bagged up ready to go, and I was like, you know what, I want to ask them a question. I said, are you guys ready for 2024? Because I've been thinking a lot about the new year and just the year itself. And I was just, laughing about it. And all of them, I could tell they definitely seem worn down, that they are ready for the new year. And the older gentleman that was there, he just said, yeah, but the only bad thing is that we're going to have to deal with all those, crazy political campaigns and stuff like that, all the ads. And he's right. If you're tuning into the mainstream news, the mainstream television in 2024, you're going to be bombarded with that, guys. I talked about that. They're going to be hitting you with all kinds of stuff. So is your hope in the 2024 election? Because really we have three parties right now. There's the Democrat Party, right? The blues, the Republican Party, and then something in the middle that I call the Uniparty. Where guess what? Both sides are working together. And I think it's not for the benefit of the American people. They're there to benefit themselves, their constituents. And see, one of the things that we have in our country, in the United States, is called the lobbyist. These are people that never show up on TV, most likely. They don't get interviews, but they're there in the background influencing the bought and paid for politicians. Your politicians are going to do things that you strongly disagree with, that'll probably surprise you. So although I think our former president, in my opinion, was the best president that I've ever lived through in my lifetime currently, I'm not waiting for his possibility to return to the Oval Office. That's not what my hope's in. Is your hope in your money? Because if your hope's just in your money, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to disappoint you as well. Money is to be used as a tool. And we're not taught that from an early age. Unless maybe you've been around people that understand that. But a lot of the times we're taught about money through media, through movies, right? Through television, in school, in a certain way. And if that's even really touched upon. So I wouldn't put your hope in money either. So anywho, that's just something I wanted to cover before I start talking about some other things. The reason why I think hope is not a strategy, and the particular thumbnail that I chose for this video, is because if you look at it closely, what's the gentleman doing that you see in that picture? He's just kind of lackadaisy right? Complacent, looking at that tornado coming for him in his house. Why is he just standing there? Is he just hoping that that tornado doesn't come and destroy his house or destroy him, right? End his life? Why is he just standing there? Is he just hoping for things to get better? And look, I've heard that a lot in my life. I just hope that things get better. You know, I really do. I hope next year is a better year. But hope alone isn't enough, right? The hope that you have should be the foundation in which you operate, right? The foundation, whatever your foundation is, the hope that you have in that foundation for why you make certain decisions. The reason I get out of bed and do things is because, yes, I have responsibility, but if I didn't do anything with my life, I'd have no hope. So I have a hope for a better future for me and my family and my friends, and for our country as well. That's what I believe hope is. It's not a plan. It's not a strategy. It's not a method. Whatever you hope for, whatever your hope is in, is what should move you to do certain things. Look, I don't own a home right now, and that bothers me. And I hope, right, that me and my family will own a home. But guess what? I'm trying to do other things, right? I'm putting a plan in place to make that happen. I'm not just simply hoping that a house deed or a check just comes in the mail for a home. No. To me, that's not what hope is. Your hope in whatever it is should really drive you to do things, to take action on things. If you're just hoping for something to change and you're not making any steps, if you're not making any moves, if you're not actively being intentional with your time and your actions, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be so disappointed. And you're just going to end up exactly where you began. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anywho, I just wanted to make this a quick short video, and this was on my heart yesterday and today, the last couple of days. And just think about it. Think about what your hopes in. Think about going into the new year of 2024. Hopefully, hope is not your strategy. All right. We'll talk again soon.